The story of Guero 10K is more than just a cautionary tale. It's a grim reminder of how far some will go in the name of vengeance. Houston's rap scene has always been tinged with violence, but Guero's journey takes it to an unprecedented level of brutality. Unlike other rappers who boast of criminal ties for clout, Guero 10K's actions were anything but fictional. 5 lives claimed, including 2 innocent grandparents, and a wave of terror that left his own community shaken. His name became synonymous with senseless violence. This young man to abandon his rap career for the life of a relentless killer. A cycle of revenge, fame-driven rivalry, or something far darker lurking beneath the surface. This is the shocking rise and fall of Guero 10K, an aspiring artist turned cold-blooded criminal, whose story reveals the tragic reality behind the glamorization of street life. Welcome to the 9th episode of Crash Out TV, the channel where we shine a light on the most dangerous and deranged individuals society has to offer. Houston has always dealt with gang violence, but what's happening now is unlike anything seen before. Since the rise of drill music in the early 2010s, many rappers have become notorious for taking out rivals. But now, we're seeing rappers like Guero 10K, who murdered random civilians without any clear reason. His story shows a disturbing shift where part-time rappers turn into full-time criminals. Christian Guero 10K Cavazos was recently given a life sentence for 5 murders, 2 of which were on innocent grandparents with no ties to gang activity. His spree of violence also included a videographer caught in crossfire and a rival rapper who ended up losing part of his skull in a shootout. But no one becomes a killer overnight. There's often a deeper story behind the violence, usually a cycle of revenge. For Guero 10K, it started in early 2019 when a close friend and fellow gang member named BJ was killed, allegedly by a rival gang called Cash Out, and specifically by a member named Spaz. That seemed to set off a violent chain of events. Guero 10K's first act of revenge was allegedly killing Spaz, but this was just the beginning. At the same time, another rising rapper named Cash Out Ace was gaining fame and adding fuel to the fire with his music. Ace, who was affiliated with a rival gang, dissed Guero 10K in his songs and even taunted him on social media. This beef turned deadly on December 27, 2019, when Guero 10K ambushed Cash Out Ace and his crew during a music video shoot. That night, Ace was filming with around 15 people, including his friends and a University of Houston videographer. At around 9:30 p.m., Guero 10K pulled up with an AK-47 and started firing at the crowd. By the time the dust settled, 2 people were dead, including the innocent videographer, and Cash Out Ace barely survived, with a bullet grazing through his eye socket and leaving a permanent mark. But this wasn't the first time Guero 10K tried to take out Ace. Just 2 months earlier, Guero and his crew had targeted what they thought was Cash Out Ace's car, but ended up killing a random elderly couple instead. They ambushed the couple's car, thinking it was Ace's. The victims, Romero and Rosalia Reyes, were returning home after visiting a relative in the hospital. They were completely unrelated to any gang activity, but were gunned down in cold blood in front of their house. Guero 10K mistakenly celebrated, thinking he had scored points against his rival. For 2 years, that double homicide went unsolved. But the shooting that injured Cash Out Ace led to the downfall of Guero 10K and his gang. During the investigation, police found a dropped phone at the scene of the music video shooting, which they used to trace conversations between Guero and his associates. The FBI then tapped Guero 10K's Snapchat, uncovering messages that planned the hit. In 2021, the FBI raided Guero 10K's home and found a stockpile of illegal firearms, drugs, and other incriminating evidence. He was eventually arrested, and as the pressure mounted, one of his gang members started talking to the police. The authorities were able to link Guero 10K and his crew to several shootings, thanks to phone records, surveillance footage, and even tollbooth cameras that caught them fleeing crime scenes. One gang member's confession was the final nail in the coffin, detailing everything from planning to execution. When law enforcement tracked down the car used in the shootings, they found spent shell casings and other evidence that tied them directly to multiple crimes. Guero 10K thought he was untouchable, but his carelessness and brazen violence led to his undoing. His reign of terror is now over, with his life sentence marking the end of one of the most brutal crime sprees Houston has seen in recent years. What a crash out man. Good that he is behind bars forever. Thank you for watching Crash Out TV. Take care of yourself. Peace.